looking at the cover of Billboard magazine, looking at me, looking back at me. A musical band I was in a while ago called Subject to Change. Yep, we were on the cover of Billboard magazine. Text read, hottest new band, Subject to Change, record release. Today, the day we're on the cover, our record comes out that day. Cree Summer, the lead singer of Subject to Change, is a strong feminist. We had climbed mountains to get this album done. It was nothing less of a miracle. Hale Milgram, the president at the time of Capitol Records, took a risk on a strong feminist lead person with a very diverse band, calling us the next Sly and the Family Stone. Band had had drums, 2 guitars. I was playing keyboards, key bass, and saxophone. And we had 2 strong lead females, Cree Summer singing lead vocals, and Onita James playing bass. She's killer. We were playing rock, funk, and soul. All the hard work, long nights, writing those songs, rewriting those songs. We push it to do it our way. I mean, we really wanted to show what we were feeling. And it all paid off. The phone rings, and it's our manager. We all hover around the phone to hear the celebration in his voice. But instead, we hear a very short, very direct sentence. He said, the record will not go out. Hale, the president, was fired. Gary Gersh is now in as the president as of today. He's clearing the decks. He's cleaning house. The contract is not moving forward. Cree collapses in my arms. She was devastated. We were all devastated. The news really broke us. Hale was willing to take a risk with a woman, lead female, with these strong lyrics. Who else would? We were so unique, but it was also very angry. Possibly unsellable, maybe. So we were done, finished. I'm watching the Beatles on TV, the Ed Sullivan Show, for those who remember who Ed Sullivan was. I take my 5-year-old body down to the basement and drag my toy drum set up so I can play with the television with the Beatles. I was often doing all the things myself. When I was born, my mom already had breast cancer. She was in the hospital the majority of my childhood. This made her harsh around the edges and very strict, very demanding. I'm 6 years old, and I'm trying to learn how to roller skate. My mom said I shouldn't do it, but I did it anyway. I fell and I busted my lip. Blood running down my chin, on my shirt. I ran to her, crying for comfort. Young man, I told you not to get hurt. Now go take care of yourself. Go clean yourself up. Go. No hug. No poor baby. No softness. She always made me do everything. If it needed to be done, I had to do it. Make your food. Clean your room. Get yourself to school. I often felt that I was being bad and I was being punished, or felt that I was doing something wrong anyway. the album Red Hot and Cool gets delivered to me. As a side gig, I got the call to play bass with the great jazz trumpeter Don Cherry with the rap group Watts Prophets. It's a compilation project. I was excited to get the call. Had Herbie Hancock on there, The Roots, Alice Coltrane, Branford Marsalis. Whew, I mean, it was killer. As I listen, I hear a song that blew me away. Positive by Spearhead. Never heard of it. But it blew me away. The lyrics are compassionate, fresh, real, and creative. Much different from the music that I just walked away from. I was really impacted and impressed. But unfortunately, I didn't have time for this. I needed to find my next gig. So I threw the CD in the drawer and walked away. Didn't forget about it, though. 6 months passed since our band, Subject to Change, broke up. And I'm playing on the African Soukous High Life reggae circuit in Los Angeles. I was playing for anybody who would call. I had to keep the lights on, for real. I get a call from the drummer of Subject to Change, my old buddy, James Gray. He says, hey, I got this gig with this pretty cool band. He said, you probably won't like it, like the music. They use samples and loops. Probably won't like it. But they're looking for a bassist. Want to try it? I said, yeah, man, you know me, hell yeah, I'll try. I received the sample tracks from their manager to learn songs for the audition. As I start to listen to these songs, the song Positive starts to play over my speakers. I recognize it immediately. I freaked out. I said, what? I said, that's that dude. That's that dude that's going to change the game. I get up and I start pacing around like, wow, man. I couldn't hardly contain myself. It was hard to believe that I had this opportunity come to me. So with a tremendous amount of focus and excitement, I got to work on the audition. I prepare. I rearrange one song, a little bit, one song. I felt a vibe in it, something a little different than what Spearhead was trying to convey. Take it to a different place, kind of a new place. I had a feeling that Michael would like it. And I kind of liked it too. I said, yeah, he'll like it. Sun is setting over San Francisco. The skyline's beautiful. I'm sitting in the Abigail Hotel, downtown San Francisco, wondering when I'll be called for the audition. I can't take it, just waiting around. So I call the manager. He says, just go to the studio and wait. Take a taxi. For those who don't know, that's how we used to get around. Okay. He says, take a taxi, go to the studio and wait. So I go there, and he says, go to studio number 11. So when I get there, this big dreadlock guy walking out, getting ready to light up a spliff, walks out of the room. And I said, hey, man, I'm Carl Young. Oh, yeah, man. Sorry, bro. Better luck next time. Michael just chose this guy. This guy walks out, super nice guy, walks out with the bass on his back. And he says, hey, man, what's up? I was like, hey, congratulations, man. I said, wow, okay. Disappointed, very disappointed, but determined to be responsible for my life. I said, hey, can I come in and meet Michael and the rest of the guys and see my buddy James? He says, yeah, come on in, man, come on in. I walk in and I see Michael, and he's, very gracious. He says, hey, sorry, bro, we're cooked, man. Wandering around, they were wrapping up the chords and calling it a day. He says, I said, well, hey, man, you flew me up here. Can James and I just hit a groove? He says, yeah, why not? So Michael sits down and he listens. And we start this groove, and I say, James, play this. Play a groove like this. And I pick up my bass. And it's a groove for the song Hole in the Bucket. That, very different, yeah. Deserves definitely a hand clap. And as I started playing this groove, a clear sign of focus and excitement comes on Michael's face. He says, man, I like your vibe. Keep playing that. Let's do that. And he started rapping with us on this one. I was like, damn. And he started grooving, and we started really getting the vibe. And then after a while, I did something else. I played a couple of the other songs, and I was like, man, in my head, I'm actually auditioning. You know, this is actually happening. And then at the end of it, he's like, yo, man, you got the gig. I was like, yeah. And I was like, did this shit really happen? I was blown away. But yes, it really, really did. Since then, 30 plus years, we've been working together. Millions of you beautiful fans. I lived the dream of that little boy with that drum kit. Lighting up the world on fire with positive messages of music, just like that song, Positive. All because I had the audacity to believe that I belonged there and had greatness to share. That I was responsible for my life and how it went. And I wasn't going to stand for myself, or I'm sorry, I wasn't going to stand. And if I wasn't going to stand for myself, no one else would. Thank you. When I look back, I can see it all over my life. Getting up for school, feeding myself, doing the chores, all at the young age of 5. Going into the Navy at 17 to escape small town of Gary, Indiana. Taking risks in the music business and showing up where people said I didn't belong. I had something in me that told me, you can do this. So I'm sitting with my mom in her bedroom at the desk. We're running over poetry lines that she's teaching me how to pronounce the hard words. At the young age of 7, I was chosen to read poetry of Paul Laurence Dunbar, a prominent African-American poet and former slave. Alas, alas, bless the Lord, don't you know the days abroad? If you don't get up, you scamp, there'll be trouble in this here camp. She's very proud of me. She sits with me with focused excitement. As I look back on the scenes in my mind's eye, I can see she clearly wants me to win at life, to win at my dreams. All her strict actions, her demanding me to do it myself, the things I thought was so callous. My mom wasn't punishing me, she was preparing me. She was making me tough so I can win when she was gone. She was making me responsible so I would claim my own life. That's why I'm standing here sharing this story today. The belief I can do this was a direct reflection of the mothering I received. I can see now that it was all happening for me, and that I was once loved so deeply that I was forced to clean my own wounds. Thank you.